I will never be normal again. Just like a couple minutes ago, I was thinking about what should I talk about on this topic. I was doing my makeup, for the preparation because I'm not that confident enough to show my real face in front of the screen. And just at that routine, I had uh, met one problem that could definitely prove this statement. I was struggling with sticking on my lashes onto my eyes. The right side eye, you can see it's a little bit different. It's not that it's the same as the left side. The left side is better. I spent about half an hour. I spent about 30 minutes sticking onto a simple lashes. You can see right here. My arm is still, sticking with tissues because I got my lash glue everywhere, including my table, my lashes, but not that the expected places, other sizes of the lashes, and also my arm. So it's stuck with tissues right now, and I have to clean it later. So I can say that these kind of really simple routines could really beat me down. Like, those are just basically daily routines. I have to face this kind of problem every day. Sounds, but the thing is that these seems to never be a problem for most of the people. Let's call it normal people because the title is normal. They won't struggle with sticking lash on. They won't be struggling with putting their clothes on. They won't be struggling for, how to go to toilet, how to clean themselves' face, how to touch their face. No, they don't have these kind of problems. They're not problems. They're just daily life. It used to be a daily life for me too. But the thing is that once you dropped below the line we call it normal, like you lost something, for example me, I lost both of my complete hands and arms, you'll never get to climb back again. Never. Let's say never. And also we have other forms to be not normal. For example, you're getting mental problems. I also have mental problems. I have depression. Or let's say you were broke. You lost all your money. Or let's say physical problems like me, I just said. You'll never get to climb that fucking line back again. So every time if there's somebody that are spreading, or let's say stating this kind of statement, there's gonna be words saying, "Oh no, you can do anything you want. You can do anything. You're nothing is impossible. You're not limited. You're limitless. You can do everything you want. Only if you have courage, if you have strength, if you work hard, if you continue and you never give up, you can do anything. Yay!" The things are not like that. Never like that. I can't put on my lashes on only by not giving up. I did not give up. Okay, I spent 30 minutes on putting a simple fucking lashes onto my eyes. I can't fulfill my life dreams, for example, growing my hands back, by simply believing in it, by simply having courage, gaining strength, by simply overcoming all the problems that come to me. Problems are endless. Obstacles are endless. The stronger you are, the more troubles you'll face. Okay? Once you told God that, see, I'm not going to be beaten down. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to give up. God will not reward you. Or let's say not God. The world will not reward you for being like that. The world will only say, "Oh shit. Oh okay. You are strong enough to face all these. You won't die, right? Come on. Let's put all the obstacles to you. I'll give you all the obstacles. You said you won't die, so you can get out. This simple as fuck. Also in real life, that's how it works. You tell your manager, hey, I can work hard no matter how many hard jobs you give me. I can do them all. I can handle it all. I will never give up. I'll never quit this job because I need this job. the manager won't reward you for that. The manager will give you more work because you said you can. So there's not a standard for if you're being strong enough, or let's say if you're going to be rewarded for being strong enough. No, it's just kind of a prediction. Not everyone is getting that happy life or that lucky as those who can actually get rewarded from destiny because they work hard, because they never give up. Okay. Sure, on the social media, or let's say throughout the history, every time we hear a story about a disabled or about someone who is not that normal, who is with problem, we often hear the story ended with she succeeded finally because she never gave up, because she was not beaten down by destiny. But these stories are less than we can ever thought. Not everyone can be that strong. In fact, nobody has to be that strong because I never chose it. I never asked for it, right? I never asked for it, okay? I never asked for the problems that are coming to my life. I never asked for losing my hands. I never asked for mental problems. I never asked for having depression. But it just come. So what am I going to do with it? Am I going to die? I did not ask for die either. I did not ask for death either. So the only thing I can do is to overcome it. I'm not overcoming it because I'm strong, because I am okay with that. It's because I have to. I have no choice. Because if I don't overcome it, I'll die. I'll die because of that shit, okay? And that time, even the therapies and your family or your friends who loves you, who believes in you, they'll say, oh, you're so strong. You're just being much stronger than we ever predicted, we ever thought. I'm not saying if they're bad or something, if they're misunderstanding me or something, but they are. They were misunderstanding me. Even myself was misunderstanding me for that. I thought I was strong. I thought I was stronger than I can ever be. But after you finally walked out of that darkest period, you started to reform your life again, you'll find out that no, this shit doesn't work like that. I did that because I had to, or else I won't be standing there talking, or else I'll just die. I'll just close my eyes. And in fact, I wish I'd rather died from any obstacle that had ever come to my life. Because overcoming it could be even easier than facing the coming life. Because when you're overcoming it, when you're really facing the problem, you literally have no choice. So there's a line saying that when you're at the deepest, you have nowhere to go except up. Right? So if I don't have any other choices, everything I do would be good for overcoming, for facing that problem, beating it. But life is different. Life is not just about the problem that ever came to me. It's about the result. My result of getting these is that I'll never get to be normal again. I will never be able to enjoy life as a fucking complete human being again. I'm not even in the concept of human beings, I guess, because human beings, they can choose to sport if they want to. That will not send them to death. But for me, it does. Even if walking on a not that flat ground could send me to breaking my arms, to falling down, because my body is not that balanced. I lose parts. So, the question of not being normal again, it's not simply just, not having the same body again. Of course I want the same body as others, but it's about, you never get to fit in this society that is created by who are normal again. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but while I was thinking about this concept, I wrote several paragraphs. I think being normal can be one of the most important lessons in my life. For I've been trying real hard to be normal since I consider myself different from others, permanently. I've tried many ways, but pretending to be pretty optimistic, like nothing's gonna beat me, or kind of setting that kind of showing that characterization, or to pretend strong in everyone else except myself. Kind of building a wall around me, but it seems like an armor in other eyes. And it's also what I'm trying to make I look like. But deep down, I will find out that this is actually the wall to hide how fragile I am inside. After that period, I will find it out myself that I has built a wall around me simply just to stay away from the real problems. And before noticing my problem and admit it, I seemed to be much stronger than I was ever expected. People would set a prediction of someone should be beaten down facing troubles, but most of the times, the one that doesn't show like that and says, "Oh no, I'm not that fragile. I'm different from others. I am stronger, and I am okay with all these shit in my life trying to beat me down. Nothing's gonna beat me." It's like they always said. And this is the time that I started to lie, not only to the world, but to myself. Not even myself knows that I am pretending. And at that period, I would consider myself as the strongest. And I was doing that shit. I was doing the shit that people stronger can do. But in fact, I was beaten down and I was healing. And that shit was simply just your body trying to make you survive. So it did some lie to your brain, lying to yourself, telling you, "Oh, you are fragile, you're anti-fragile, you can do that." So you believed in that. But all those will pay back right after you finally overcame the fake problem, like the exact problem, immediate problem in front of you. And sometimes I would think about why. Because I used to believe that there must be a reason for most of things in life. Why do I never get to be normal back again? There has to be a reason, and maybe if I found the reason, I'll be able to fix it. Like, going backwards from the reason, maybe I'll be able to change. But the reason seems to be, I don't know, pretty cruel. It's because the world's science, biology, and the rule that time runs forward and never turns back decided that I'll never turn back into an immature, complete girl anymore. And I'll never turn into a person like you, who is normal, who is happy, who is optimistic, because I've never been. The world just doesn't allow me to be one anymore. If the world's rule is that I can go back in time so I can cancel all the obstacles I've already overcame, mention cancel, not skipping or not forgetting, but cancel. Like this shit doesn't ever came into my timeline. If this does work, or if the world's biology science is already able to give me a full body, then maybe I'm gonna be able to be normal again. But it just doesn't. Or why are you so sure that everything will be fine if all these things above had happened? Why are you so sure that I will be normal if I have a complete body? I'm asking myself. Why are you so sure that deleting all the obstacles would make you normal? Because from some dimension, the obstacles made me. Or else I'm not the person I am standing here right now. I would be another person. But I never asked for this. Maybe I'll choose rather to be another person if I can skip all these obstacles. And then once I thought doing podcasts that could set me free, but turns out it doesn't. I thought entering the best high school I could ever reach could set me free. But it also didn't. And a little bit farther, I thought surviving from the accident that took my hands away would set me free. Maybe waking up from that ICU could set me free, but they just all didn't. And I thought maybe going home could set me free. No, it just doesn't. Maybe there's just nothing that can make me normal again. And this is the worst part, or let's say the best part. I don't get to accept this, even if I knew this. 'Cause, why? I think the world is now always teaching people that, everything is fair. You will be rewarded for something. Or something you have ever experienced would return to yourself. But I don't think I've ever accepted these shit. 'Cause if it doesn't work that way, then how the fuck can I get nothing? Even worse. How can I gain even less than others? Having more problems in daily lives than others, if I've already been taken so much away. I'm not trying to make this a optimistic or let's say encouraging episode. I'm not good at saying this shit. Well, I'm just confused. Why? Thanks for listening.